two practical examples on how to use Flash Fill in Excel to help us automate tasks. But how can Flash Fill help us to automate tasks? Why use Flash Fill? Look, here I have, as I said, two examples. The first one, I have the email list where I have the employee's name, and then I need to create the email name and then the temp password for each of one of the employees that I have here. So let's say I need to create the email name using something like the name of the employee, but I don't need to use the whole name, the entire name. So like Daniel Garcia. I can use, for example, some type of abbreviation or something like this. And then to create the temp password, I can use something that is in the name too, okay? So, okay, John, I got you. I know what you need to do, but why should I use Flash Fill? How can Flash Fill help me? So listen to that. Imagine if I need to type the email name and then the temp password for the first employee. And then to the second row, I need to type the email name again, and then the temp password again. And then for the third row, again, I need to type the email name and then the temp password. Man, it's gonna take me a long time till the cows come around. So if I use Flash Fill, the Excel can understand what I'm thinking, okay? He can see the logical sequence, and then he can use the Flash Fill to automate this task for me. So if you have a boring task like this, for example, create an email for which one of the rows that you have, or create some other type to sequence, logical sequence, you can use Flash Fill to help you to automate this boring task. Let's start with the first employee. I need to create an email name for Daniel Garcia and a temp password. But I also need to create for Ivan, for Peter, for Melissa, and so on. So let's create the first one here for Daniel Garcia. I want to create the email using the first name and the last name. So I can make it different ways. So let me show you guys the first example. So let's say Daniel dot Gar, okay? The three first letters of the last name, Gar, at email.com. Okay, as you guys are seeing, this is a logical sequence. Why? Because I use the first name and then I use the three first letters of the last name to make the .gar, okay? And since Excel is very smart, I can just select this cell below here, and then I'm gonna click on Data, and then Data Tools, I'm gonna select the Flash Fill, okay? Flash Fill, or you can use the Ctrl E in your keyboard. I will opt for Ctrl E because I just press in my keyboard. It's a little bit more easier, okay? So the Flash Fill will automatically fill in values. So let's check it out. I just gonna select this cell below, and then I'm gonna press Ctrl E. Ctrl E. Look, guys, I already made the email names for all the employees that I have. So you can make these boring tasks in Excel in a much more smart and easy way. Let's do the temp password now. So I just want to use, for example, the Daniel Garcia. I want to use, for example, Dan, that stands for Daniel. And then I'm going to use 1, 2, 3. That is a numerical sequence, for example. Then 1, 2, 3. Gar, that stands for Garcia. And then I'm going to use some symbol. So let's say I'm going to use here the ampersand. Okay, ampersand. Okay, so far so good. Then 1, 2, 3. Gar, ampersand. Enter. And then I'm gonna press Ctrl E. Okay, so Excel's create for me the temp password. Now we're done. We just have the employee list. We have now the email names, and then we have the temp passwords. We just finished the first task, the first boring task here in Excel. Now we can do the second boring task, that is the product list, to create a unique ID for each of one of the products that I have here. I can start this first ID with the letter E. Why? Why can I start with the letter E? Because E stands for earbuds. The earbuds is the description, but I can use the E that is in the category. And this is a problem, because if I have two columns in Excel that I am taking information, how can Excel understand that this E letter that I'm using here X stands for the description and not from the category. So I need to be more specific, or I need to, along the way, correct where Excel's will gonna fail. So let me just type the letter E, and then I'm gonna use, for example, the V that stands for the model. So I'm gonna type V here, and then I'm gonna use the H0 that stands for also for the number. Okay, so let me type 18. Okay, EV18. This is the ID for the first product. If I click here in the cell below and then I press Ctrl E, Excel's create for me the ID for my products. But there's an error here. Excel scope the entire name of the product. It's wrong. So you just need to correct where the error starts, okay? So if the Excel starts to fail here in the logical sequence, you just need to correct these specific cells, okay? So let me select the cell and then I'm gonna correct it. So I want to use the letter L, that stands for Lenovo, for example, and then I'm gonna use the X letter that stands from the model number, and then I'm gonna use the 99. Okay, 99, and then I'm gonna press enter. Excel does not correct for me. Oops. Okay, so let me delete all the values that I have, but I will not select the values that are right. Okay, delete, and then I'm gonna press Ctrl E in the cell below. And okay, guys, it's right. Okay, there's another error here. This is good to show you guys that the flash fill not always catch in the first attempt. So maybe you need to show the Excel the flash fill a little bit more times, okay? Or the flash fill understands what you need to do. Here, there's 3 letters, but it's wrong. I just need to use 2 letters. Look. So I want to use the 8. Okay, it's right. And then I'm gonna use M. Okay, so the letter D is wrong. Let me delete the letter D, and then I'm gonna press enter, and okay, everything is right again. So this is 2 practical examples on how can you use flash fill in Excel to help you automate boring tasks. I really hope this video can help you, and I see you in the next one. Peace out.